You had that question that so many have, who am I to write a book?
Yes.
So first of all, that expresses self-doubt, which we all go through.
Yeah.
Like, how did you get permission? Did somebody influence you, or did you finally grant yourself permission and say, I can do this, I will do this?
It was, I was at a conference and I met this pilot. She's an author. And I went across to her. I was talking to her about her book, and I told her I had this idea, and she's like, we need to hear it. And I think that gave me a little bit more confidence on my idea, but also I think I got out of my own way because I understood that this wasn't about me. It wasn't about being perfect as a writer or being, the best out there in leadership or having a recognized track record in leadership or anything like that. It was about bringing what I know to somebody else.
And now here is singer-songwriter, broadcaster, audio-video artist, entertainment agent, and your host. It's the master storyteller himself, James Kevin O'Connor.
Hey, 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 it's a beautiful day. Yes, indeed, it certainly is, and I'm glad to be back with you guys once again on podcasting your global career. And, where I am right now, it's very cold, and I had this hankering to go to Miami. So that's where we're going today. But it's a very circuitous route because this guest lives in Miami, but I did the interview with her a few months back in Salt Lake City. So anyway, as confusing as that sounds, it was still a great learning experience, and I was delighted to meet this lady. She is a leadership coach. She's a corporate leader. She's from the aerospace industry, and author and coach, teaching people how they can 10x their leadership skills and propel their professional value proposition and increase their impact and income. It is my joy to present to you Maria Aguirre.
Here we are in Salt Lake City with Maria Aguirre.
Yes.
All right. Thank you for being here today, Maria.
Thank you for having me. Such a pleasure.
Yeah, it's I got to know you a little bit in our meeting earlier today and the things you do, and really amazing that you have all of these disciplines and creativity and wisdom and experience, and you serve so many people in the corporate world, but now you're making a break from that. Right?
Yes.
And you've adopted the idea that it's time for you to fly solo and take all of your wisdom and experience and share it with a whole different type of community. And you're going to be doing this on your own from now on.
Yes, that's the goal. Yes.
Okay, great.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about what you do presently.
So I'm an aviation professional. I work in Aerospace Operations for the past 27 years.
I love that.
Lifetime.
So exciting, aviation.
I was born in aviation. Let's keep it like that.
Yeah.
So very exciting work. I've worked throughout these years with fantastic teams, technical teams mostly. I do manufacturing and maintenance. So it's really what keeps pilots flying.
Yeah.
Right? And it's been an amazing journey. I've learned so many lessons on leadership, but also on continuous improvement. I have a very strong core on continuous improvement and really having the eye to identify when there's deficiencies in processes and issues that can cause either loss of revenue or loss in productivity that can be translated into other industries. And it's very powerful. I'm also very passionate about leadership.
Right.
I think that there's a big gap in the way we are at the corporate level transitioning talented employees into leadership roles. We're not equipping them properly to lead and to serve their teams the proper way. We're not giving them the tools. So
yeah,
those are my passions. That's where I'm at, and these ideas are being born as we have different conversations. So it's such a pivotal time for me.
So when you see this going on, that you don't feel like they're getting the right tools, Do you have tools that you've created, or do you have suggestions on how to do things better than they're being done presently?
Well, nobody's an expert, right?
Right.
And leadership, I think, is a process, James, that starts within.
Right.
We start with self-leadership, and once we get a hold of who we are and really get an idea of who we are, we can go into the world and help others figure it out.
Yeah.
I think it starts with us. So what I did was last September, I published a book. It's titled The Square Peg Leader Delusion. And what I did is I really compressed 27 years and distilled everything that I've learned, not only on my work as a leader, but in everything that I've studied and all the different mentors that I've had, into one book that is not fluff, direct film manual for leaders to understand all the intricacies of the job, right? So I talk about self-leadership, but I also talk about imposter syndrome, emotional intelligence, things that can hit us at any point, and we really don't know if we don't have the right tools how to handle them. I talk about team building because it's different to be successful individually than to lead a team and be successful and drive them along, right? Because we don't want to be alone at the top.
Yeah.
As leaders, we want to bring them along because we're called to create more leaders, not more followers.
Right.
And also, I share in the book things about continuous improvement because I think it's important as leaders to equip ourselves with those tools. So, yeah, that's what I did. I created the book. I published it. I fought imposter syndrome while I was doing it because who am I to write a book, right?
Right.
I was in business school. I wasn't in creative writing classes or anything like that.
So can I stop you there for a second?
Yes.
You had that question that so many have. Who am I to write a book?
Yes.
So first of all, that expresses self-doubt, which we all go through.
Yeah.
Like, how did you get permission? Did somebody influence you, or did you finally grant yourself permission and say, I can do this, I will do this?
It was, I was at a conference and I met this pilot. She's an author. And I went across to her. I was talking to her about her book, and I told her I had this idea, and she's like, we need to hear it. And I think that gave me a little bit more confidence on my idea, but also I think I got out of my own way because I understood that this wasn't about me. It wasn't about being perfect as a writer or being, the best out there in leadership or having a recognized track record in leadership or anything like that. It was about bringing what I know to somebody else. It's my contribution to the enormous topic of leadership, which is so many people are talking about leadership today.
Right.
Yeah. So it was Maria's perspective.
Yes.
In all my experience. And the funny thing is that the nuggets of wisdom that people have gotten in the book were things that I didn't think were important.
Yeah, because you were living it like, this is my schedule. Yeah, I just do this all the time.
Exactly.
And I think that's the thing we forget, that we're carrying around all this value inside of us that we just take for granted. And we don't realize somebody could be using this.
Absolutely. And it's about the people. It's not about us. And that's everything in business, in life, in everything. It's about the relationships. It's about the people we serve. It's not about how we look or how we sound. It's about the value that we bring to others.
So you're working 60 hours a week, and you have 3 major responsibilities that you serve.
Yes.
Can you tell us what those are?
Well, I have a team that does manufacturing, a team that does repairs, maintenance, and a team that does distribution.
What was the second one?
Repairs, maintenance.
Oh, okay. And that's all in aviation?
Yes.
That's okay. So now when you achieve this next goal, which is setting up your new business as a consultant, I'm assuming, right?
Yes.
Because you have so much knowledge, you can help people with their systems, processes, all these things that are challenging and fraught with difficulty, but have to be perfect. How are you going to assimilate all that knowledge that you have? And like, what's the first package that would come out, do you think, as far as what you can offer to somebody?
Well, I think that right now, because I'm early with this idea and I'm just playing around with it, because my experience is in a tangible end-to-end supply chain. Mm-hmm. And the pivot that I want to do is in a more intangible supply chain in which a lot of the probably process errors are missed because you don't physically see them, right? You don't walk them physically like you do in a physical supply chain. I think it's that process of in a challenge to rediscover how I can apply what I know into something that is intangible.
Right.
So I'm in that process of right now creating something and coming up with this idea, but I'll keep you posted.
Okay.
Definitely.
Yeah. I'm excited, because I love seeing these kind of transformations where, I did this in corporate world and I just, I resonate with the entrepreneurial spirit of, I want to just do something on my own and serve more people. Do you know what gets you excited about the future in that who you will be serving? Have you thought about that yet? Or is it still an open book right now? Because it hasn't happened yet, but it's like...
still an open book, I think. But, when... in corporate, when you get that, you're interviewing for a job and, they ask you where you see yourself in 5 years.
Yeah, right.
That followed by what is your biggest weakness? But anyway, when they ask you where you see yourself in five years, my answer has always been serving people. I really want to bring value to people. I think that's a calling that we all have. We all serve people in a different level, in a different way. But I want to make sure that whatever is and however is that I'm packaging what I bring to people adds tons of value to them.
You are Ecuadorian.
Ecuadorian, yes.
And I can feel the tremendous work ethic coming off of you. Where did you get that from? Is it just the culture? Was it your parents? Was it where did you adopt such a great work ethic?
My mom was my rock. She was very hardworking, very ethical. She was a doctor, psychiatrist, actually. And I always saw her serving people and loving people. Yeah. For her, medicine wasn't a career. It was a calling. Yeah. And she wanted me to be a doctor, but it wasn't my calling. I love business and I love what I do, but... She's not still disappointed, I hope. No. But I always knew that whatever was that I was going to become, I needed to be the best. And I needed to really bring value to people like she did when she was serving her patients. Yeah. Is she in Ecuador now? Or she passed away. Oh, I'm so sorry. No, it's okay. Yeah. It's okay. But she's watching over me. Yeah, for sure. And I hope I make her proud. Yeah. Oh, I'm sure you have. Are you kidding? Many times over, I'm sure. Look at what you've accomplished. Thank you. Want to ask you what you like to do in downtime when you want to chill out and just be away from business and work. What do you love to do? Ooh, okay. That's a good one. Yeah. I love to read. Okay. I love to read. I'm a nerd. I love to read. I love gardening. Uh-huh. I love seeing things grow. Yeah. And pouring love. And I talk to plants. Did you see the parallel there? You love to see things grow. Yeah. And look what you're doing with your career. Yeah. You put seeds in the ground, and now, so you like to grow things. Do you grow vegetables and things? Vegetables, yeah. We eat the vegetables, and it gives me great satisfaction. Yeah. To get something tangible from the work of my hands. And it's a miracle, right? Yeah. It's every time you do it, you go, I put those seeds in, and look at 3 weeks later, look at this, I'm able to eat this stuff, I write a lot on leadership. I have a weekly blog, and I wrote about the relationship between gardening and leadership. Right. Right, because when a plant is not growing, it's or the leaves are in trouble, we don't blame the plant. We look at the environment. What are we doing to that plant that is not allowing it to grow? Are we overwatering it? Yeah. Underwatering it? The light, right? Is the environment. So same in leadership, right? Not a person is not a failure. We're failing them because we're not giving them what they need. Yes. Very good point. Yeah. I never thought of it that way. That's awesome. And touching on your artistic side, I don't do it anymore, but I used to dance flamenco. I danced flamenco since I was a little girl. Oh, no kidding. And the last time I danced I had a recital in 2010 because I wanted my children to see me dancing flamenco. Oh, that's awesome. It's always been my passion and I love it. Dancing is a beautiful artistry. Yes. Just to watch that and the moves and everything. Yeah. I wish I had moves like Jagger, but I don't,
I pretend I do sometimes. You should see me in the basement all by myself when nobody's watching.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Now, I want to put all of your links in the show notes so that everybody knows where to connect with
Yes,
Maria. So
thank you.
give us the best place for people to connect to you.
Yes, absolutely. So my website is meaningfulleaders.com.
Very nice. Love the title.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I'm on LinkedIn. My handle is my name, Maria Aguirre.
Okay.
And if you want to see, explore my books, they're on Amazon under my name, Maria Aguirre, and my author's page. So, but I really, really, really hope I brought you guys a lot of value on that.
Yeah. Oh, you did. You did.
you
You
so much
in the
for having
mastermind today. You were amazing, and
Thank you.
I thank you so much for being part of podcasting your global career today, Maria.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and I just want to wish all God's blessings on you, your family, and your career moving forward.
Amen.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much.
Hey, if you guys like what's going on here, please leave a great review in the Apple Podcasts. I've left a simple review process in the show notes, and we'd really appreciate it. And also, don't be shy. Forward this to your best friend because you know they need it. Hey, if you need some coaching, hit up the link in the show notes. It's calendly.com/Dharmic. And you can take a little chance with me, and I'll get you on your way. That's a wrap for me today. I'm your host, James Kevin O'Connor. So until the next time when we meet again, I'll either see you on the socials or I'll see you from the stage. Ride on, baby, won't you take a ride with me? Ride on, we can untangle all the mystery. If wishes were windows, I'd open one and find that freedom is really a simple state of mind. So ride on, baby, won't you take a ride with me? Ride on, we can untangle all the mystery. Ride on, baby, you and I can find the key. Ride on, we can unlock each other's destiny. I taste the breeze of freedom, it's tingling on my tongue. You and I out on the road will stay each other's destiny. I'll take you places that you've never seen. I'll take you places that you never dreamed. I'll take you places that were pictures in your mind. I'll take you places